Hello, and welcome to a Broken Binding unboxing. The first of four? I've got four of these things to do. So the UK had a cyber attack on Royal Mail, and that cyber attack put their international shipping out of commission for a little while. And so suddenly, hot and heavy, boom, 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 we're getting tracking shipping notifications from Broken Binding. So I guess international shipping is back in play. This, Prepare for Your Next Adventure, is the subscription book, which should be best served cold if they're doing it in publication order. We're going to find out. I honestly don't recall if they were doing it in that order, but I suspect they are. This is the January title. It's, it's March. So that just goes to show they're a little behind. I'm sure people in the UK have probably had this since January. But here in the States, we've been waiting patiently for those international shippings to start coming out. There we go. Best served cold, January 2023. You should laugh every moment you live, for you'll find it decidedly difficult afterwards. So January, February, March. The titles are the Great Leveler. It's the standalone titles by Joe Abercrombie in his same world of the First Law. So the First Law trilogy was actually the trilogy that started off. This is this subscription box from Broken Binding. And so, taking us home all the way into the next year, it just seems fitting that it is the standalone titles. And hopefully, down the road, we might see the Age of Madness titles, which I just did an unboxing recently of the second title, The Trouble with Peace, from Subterranean Press. But wow, look at those sprayed edges. Those are incredible. So anyways, Best Served Cold is probably my favorite of the three standalone titles. I don't want to say it's your classic revenge story, because there's nothing really classic at all about the dark, grim, dark stories that Joe Abercrombie tells. It's classic, but it is brutal. Very, very nice. Mercy and Cowardice are the same on the spine. If you've seen these videos before, you know that Broken Binding is kind of like a fancy trade edition. It is a glued spine, which is disappointing, but look how fancy that is. It's so cool looking. So Best Served Cold is your classic revenge tale. There it is, signed by Joe Abercrombie, my matching number 805. It is about a mercenary, female mercenary, very, very strong female character, Manza, who is thrown down a mountain and left for dead. And the entire novel is her trying to get revenge on those who left her for dead. And what a fun revenge tale it is. If you haven't read The First Law, I recommend checking out The First Law. This is a standalone, and you don't really have too much crossover. The only one that had a really crossover was Red Country. But, if you jump into The First Law first, see if you like that. See if you like Logan Nine Fingers. And then give Best Served Cold a try. But it is a very, very good tale. Then The Heroes, which is the second standalone, is more of a kind of defend your base kind of novel. The Last Stand novel about some heroes standing up and defending a hill. But Best Served Cold, phenomenal read. I haven't read this in years. Oh, is it? Probably like 5 years when I read this. I listened to it. I read the First Law trilogy, listened to the standalones, have Sharp Objects physically, haven't read it yet, and I still have to read The Age of Madness. But hell, I love me some Joe Abercrombie. He is phenomenal. And even though the Broken Binding might just be a fancy trade edition, I am all for it. Please keep doing Joe Abercrombie, guys. I'm here for it. So maybe we'll see Shattered Sea. Maybe we'll see The Age of Madness. Who knows? But right now, we're working our way through the standalone titles. The subscription itself, the main subscription, is sold out, but they did announce that they are doing an additional kind of tier. So I am subscribed to what is now Tier 1 subscription, which comes with, it's numbered, it's signed by the author, not the artist, it's signed by the author. If there's any bookmarks or any additional art cards, those will be included. But for a slightly cheaper tier, I think it's like £10, British pounds, whatever the conversion will be, there is a tier 2, which is going to be an unnumbered copy. It'll still have the nice specs. You'll still have the nice sprayed spine, the sprayed edges. You won't get any bookmarks unless there are any left over. It's listed unnumbered, unsigned. But if you're just looking for fancy books and you don't care about signatures, then it's a great opportunity, and you're saving $10 or £10. I believe there's a wait list for that. I don't know if that's filled up yet, but go to thebrokenbindingsub.com, link in the description below, to find out. They also do exclusive versions of books not included in the subscription, of which I've unboxed many on the channel, so please consider checking those out. Tier 1 gets a 48-hour advance notice on those to pre-order those titles. Tier 2 is a 24-hour pre-order period. Anyways, I think it's a pretty great deal. I know it's one of the more expensive boxes out there, and you're not getting any of the additional stuff that you might get in, like, the... oh my god, what is it called? Like, Fairy Loot is one of them. One of the various loot boxes, and it begins with an I. Illumicrate. You don't get any of the extra material or extra little knickknacks in there. You won't get them in here. But I personally am here for the books, so I don't really use the knickknacks anyways. Anyways, check out thebrokenbindingsub.com. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing, and we'll see you around next time.